y'all, I'm Mandy, and this is Mandy in the Making. Today we're going to bring you along for another week's worth of dinners. I will link the recipe below, and I will link the video where I make it below if you want to see me make it. But tonight, the only thing I'm really going to change up is I'm going to add some green chilies in there. I'm going to add some bacon bits in there. And the recipe calls for just mozzarella cheese, but we barely had any left. So I'm going to throw the rest of this Mexican style blend on there too. And some of this hot cheese that we love. And put it back in just long enough to let the cheese melt, and then it'll be time to eat. Doesn't that look good? Alright y'all, so this is what it looks like all plated up. The only thing I really changed up is I added some green chilies this time and the bacon bits. So we'll see what we think about that. Okay y'all, so last night we had a twist on pizza with pizza casserole. Tonight we're having a twist on cheeseburger with cheeseburger soup. I've shared this before in my what's for dinner, and of course I will link the recipe again below, but this is all I need to get it started. It's going to go in the crock pot for about 6 to 8 hours on low, and then when it's closer to time to serve it, I'll have to do a few more things. Alright, I've got it all in there. I'm going to put the lid on it and cook it on low for about 6 hours. Alright y'all, it is much later, and we are going to be eating here in a little bit. I just browned up some ground beef, just 1 pound. I'm going to throw that in there. And now I am creating a roux over here, or I'm about to, with 3 tablespoons of butter. Then I'm going to put in some flour, and then I will put in some milk, and then that mixture will go into the crock pot along with some shredded cheese. And it will make it thicken up some, and then it will be time to eat. So that's what I'm working on now. Alright y'all, supper is ready. The cheese has melted. This cheeseburger soup is so good. And to go on top of it, we've got some bacon pieces. And then my hubby likes hot stuff, so he is chopping up some jalapeno for the top of his. So this is Steven's bowl. He's the only one that likes the jalapenos on top, but doesn't that look good? Let's eat. Hey y'all, it is Tuesday, and it is a family affair in the kitchen right now. Cole is browning up some sausage, a pound of sausage. We are making breakfast for dinner, but we're doing something a little different. We are doing the breakfast casserole that we always have at Christmas time. So it feels like Christmas up in this house because I never make it during the year. But all I did was I sprayed this 9x13, spread out a thing of crescent rolls on the bottom. And then after he finishes that and we drain it, we're going to sprinkle that all along top, along with this whole bag of mozzarella cheese. And then I'm going to combine these 4 eggs, 3/4 a cup of milk, a little bit of salt and pepper, beat that all up, and pour it over it. And it's going to bake in a 425 degree oven for about 15 to 20 minutes, usually closer to 20 minutes for us. I'm going to link this below. I believe I got it from allrecipes.com. I could be wrong on that. But then my hubby is getting some bacon on a baking pan for us. We're going to put that in the oven as well and have some bacon along with our dinner, and then we're going to have some fruit too. I got some fresh strawberries and blueberries at the grocery store the other day, so we'll have that alongside. So that is supper tonight, and I'll kind of update you as we go along. Okay, so it only took, of course, a few minutes to brown up the sausage. That's on there. All of the cheese is on there. Steven is mixing up that, and he's going to pour this over top. Go ahead, babe. And then it's going to go in the oven. The bacon is already in the oven, and dinner will be ready in about 20 minutes or so. Just 20 minutes later, supper is ready. We've got bacon. Here's the breakfast casserole. And then we have a ton of fruit over here too. All right, so here's what the breakfast casserole looks like. It's going to be good, y'all. Hey y'all, it is Wednesday night, and I'm starting to get supper ready. These are some big old potatoes that I have poked holes in, and they're about to go in the air fryer. Jen with Cook Clean and Repeat had shared this weekend that they did potatoes in the air fryer, and they turned out really good, so I'm excited to try them. And we're doing like a baked potato bar tonight. I got that idea from another What's for Dinner from another YouTuber this last week, Glamber. I call her Glamber. Amber at Housewife Glam Life. She did a baked potato bar at her house, and I was like, oh my gosh, that's so smart. So that's what we're doing tonight. So I'm about to put these in the air fryer. I'm going to put them in at 390 for about 40 minutes, and then I'll check them and see if they need a little bit longer. Okay, so I've got the potatoes starting, and Chef Steven is back today. Several of y'all have requested cooking time with Chef Steven. So he's shaking his head. He is going to be cooking up some chicken tenderloins for our potatoes. I don't know if y'all have a McAllister's Deli near you. We love McAllister's Deli. Another one that does these type of potatoes would be like Jason's Deli. So that's what we're kind of going for tonight, like a really loaded, stuffed potato with all kinds of great stuff. So he's gonna doctor up these chicken tenderloins for us. All right, so Steven has coated these in all kinds of different seasonings. He's turning them over now. I guess he's gonna coat the other side. But this is what he did. He did salt and pepper, he did poultry seasoning, garlic powder, and paprika. And that's Cole playing the piano in the background. Steven is just pan frying the chicken tenderloins. He just put a little bit of Crisco in there. That's smelling really good. We've got about 9 minutes left on the potatoes, but I wanted to show you everything we're putting on top of the potatoes. We've got bacon bits, jalapeno, tomatoes, green onions. We've got this Fiesta blend cheese. We have a little bit of this cheese left. Some butter and sour cream, and I also made some ranch dressing. It's in the fridge. We'll take it out right when it's time to eat. All right, y'all, so this is Steven's. His is really pretty. Mine and Cole's, not nearly as pretty. Poor Cole's. But you know what? All that matters is what it tastes like. And I have a feeling this is gonna be yummy. Hey y'all, it's Thursday night, and we are doing something that we have not done in forever. And that's kind of a homemade Philly cheesesteak sandwiches, but they're not true Philly cheesesteaks. I'll show you what I mean in a minute. But first thing we're gonna do is saute these onions and bell peppers to get them really soft, and then I'll show you the rest of it after that. But something really simple and really, really yummy. I can't believe we had forgotten all about this. We haven't done it in years. All right, y'all, so these are definitely getting softened up. So he just put a little bit of this canola oil in there, and he said he also added maybe a quarter a cup of red wine vinegar. It's looking good. Now, I'm going to show y'all the meat that we use. If you watched my grocery haul, then you saw the pound of roast beef that we got. So we just use deli roast beef, and we just chop it up, which is what he's doing now. And we're going to throw that in there with the vegetables here in just a second. And then I'm also going to turn the oven on to broil, and I'm going to put the bread in there to kind of toast up. And then at the very end, we're going to throw slices of provolone cheese on top, and then just put it on the sandwiches. And that's our version of Philly cheesesteaks. All right, so I'm about to put the bread in the oven. I just buttered it just a little bit, and then I sprinkled a little bit of garlic powder on there too. So it's going to go under the broiler. And then one last thing I forgot to mention. So he's got the meat in there. We will put Cole's on his sandwich, and then I've got a can of sliced mushrooms that we will drain and throw in there for the remainder of it for me and him. Cole does not like mushrooms, so I don't want him to have to pick through. But we'll throw those in and warm those up before we put it on our sandwiches. All right, so Steven had a different idea for the provolone cheese. We used to just put it on top and let it melt over, but he is tearing it up and just like mixing it around, so it's gonna get all cheesy and yummy. And these just came out of the oven. We were gonna originally do fries with this tonight, but we had fries with lunch. We went out for lunch when we don't normally. So we're just gonna do chips on the side with this. So we added mushrooms for me and Steven, and then we like Duke's mayonnaise on ours too. But y'all, that's supper. Thank y'all so much for watching this week. I hope you enjoyed it. Give this video a thumbs up if you did, and if you haven't already, I would love for you to subscribe to my channel. Thanks y'all, and I'll see you next week.